What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. If you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. A lot of you are watching but not subscribing. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you smash that bell notification so you can be notified every time I drop a new video so you don't miss anything. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you drop a comment down below. If you've been here before, if you come here often, you know I like talking to everybody. I respond to all comments, even the negative ones. Y'all saw the title and the thumbnail. This is going to be a good video because a lot of people have questions of whether or not they should shave their double-coated Doodle. As you can see, we are jumping straight into the video. I did not have time to do prep work first on him. I did have to take him straight to the bath right after I did his before video because I was running really behind this day, and I actually wasn't supposed to groom him. Someone else was supposed to groom him, but they didn't feel comfortable grooming him because he does have a limp. As you can see, he favors his back left leg, but I'll get into that once we start talking about the video. But without further ado, let's hop right into it and we'll go over everything that we're doing haircut wise, and then we will briefly talk about shaving down double coated dogs, what it does to the coat, what it does if you shave down your double-coated Doodle, and a couple things you can take into consideration before you get your dog's haircut if you have a Doodle. But you gotta stick around to figure it out. Make sure you watch the video all the way through so you don't miss anything. I might ask y'all some questions so y'all can drop them down in the comments, but let's get straight into it. Okay, everybody, this is Arlo. He is a young golden Doodle. I want to say he's a little under 1 year old, and his mom brought him in because she wanted to get him groomed for the holidays. And yes, I said the holidays. This is how old this video is. I have a lot of new content for you guys that I'm going to be uploading soon. I'm just trying to get through these old videos so I can push through the rest of my content and I don't have to backpedal on any old videos. And once I start putting out my new content, you guys will see why I wanted to get rid of these videos. But as I stated, this is Arlo. This is his first time at a corporate setting grooming salon. He's been to private salons before, but I don't believe she was able to get into her regular salon for his grooming haircut because it was the holidays, so she did drop him off here. She showed me a picture as to what she wanted him to look like, and I took a picture of it and I inserted the picture at the end of the clip, so y'all let me know if y'all think I got the haircut correct of what she was asking for versus what I did. Now, what I will say is it's a pretty basic haircut. It's just one length on the body, a round Doodle face, and leave the tail, leave the ears fluffy. But I know sometimes it can be hard to emulate what the owner is asking for, so y'all let me know how I did. Now, when the owner dropped off, Arlo did have a limp, and it was concerning when she dropped off, so I asked her what was going on, because generally in a corporate setting, you're not supposed to take dogs that have a limp. So when I asked her what it was, she did say that she already took the dog to the vet, and the vet checked the dog out. They x-rayed the leg. There was nothing broken, nothing irritated, and the vet told her that it was growing pains. Now, at the time, I questioned it, and it didn't really make sense to me because I've never seen growing pains in a dog like this, but I've also never had a dog this size. Now, you can't really tell how big Arlo is in the video, but he was a pretty tall, lengthy Doodle. So again, I've never had a dog this size, so I've never gone through the growing pains aspect for a dog, so I didn't know whether it to be true or false. But y'all let me know if y'all have a large dog like this, if your dog has gone through growing pains and has favored a leg before. Now, when I did question her about it, because again, to a groomer, it's a little alarming that the vet said it's growing pains. Is the owner telling the truth? We always have to question things, because if the dog further injures himself in our care, then the liability falls on us and we can lose our jobs. So we always have to ask questions. Pet parents, don't feel insulted when we just double check and double question, or even call the vet to confirm that, because we don't want to lose our jobs. Now, stating that, I did ask more questions, and she said that the vet told her it was growing pains because he favored multiple legs. He first favored his front right leg, and then it switched to his back left leg. So that's what made the vet come to the determination that it is growing pains. And I will say that during his grooming process, I did notice he favored his front right leg. So that's what made me become more inclined to believe her, because it's like the dog's not just going to favor the leg just because the owner said it. It's not that dogs are in tune like that and can just, oh, she said that my front left leg hurts, let me show her my front left leg hurts during the grooming process. No, he did favor it. It wasn't for a long time, but he did favor it for a short amount of time. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it in the video because, again, I do speed up my videos, but I will say he did favor his front leg, so it did make sense to me. Now, with that being said as well, him favoring his back leg as much as he does, it can be alarming, and maybe she should get an MRI just to confirm that that's what it is. And I did tell her when she picked up, hey, just double check it. You know, you never know, but he is favoring his back left leg a lot. That is a bit alarming. I've never seen growing pains like that. So I would double check it, just get a second opinion, make sure there's nothing torn in there. And the woman really didn't seem concerned. She seemed to be set on the growing pains, so I just left it alone, because I noticed when you press an issue with pet parents about their dogs, they tend to get offended and get insulted that you're kind of insulting them, that they don't know their pet. But that's not what we're doing. We're trained professionals to kind of look at a situation and assess it and just say what we see from someone who spent hours with your dog. So just know, when we ask more questions, we're coming from a place of concern, just to make sure that we can do it and we are comfortable enough to do it. And pet parents, I understand your dogs are your babies, but if a groomer is telling you that they don't feel comfortable grooming your dog because of something going on with your dog or whatever medical reason, do not feel insulted by that groomer. They are just trying to ensure nothing else happens to your dog. And I say that because a lot of the times around the holidays, people feel like their dog not being groomed is the end of the world. It is not. It is absolutely not the end of the world. Your dog will get groomed by someone. There are a lot of places that will still groom your dog with a lame limb. Corporate places will not groom your dog with a lame limb, depending on who you come across. Now, for me, I can do it because I know how to get past that and groom the dog where they won't further injure themselves, depending on what it is. If it is a torn ACL, I would not groom your dog. I will not do it. That is a lot of standing for a dog that has a torn ACL that hasn't even been seen by a vet yet, if your dog hasn't been seen by a vet yet. So respect the groomer's choice in them saying, hey, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I don't want anything further to happen to your dog, because the grooming process can be a lot. And standing is a lot on a dog that has a torn ACL or something broken, or anything torn in the leg, just in general. But with that being said, we're going to hop into his haircut, and then I am going to hop into talking about whether or not you should shave your double coated Doodle. If I think you should, if I think it's good for the coat, if I think the coat will grow back naturally, we will get into that. So as I stated before, he gets a pretty basic haircut, so there's no real depth of a haircut explanation that I need to go into. He just gets a basic shave down with a round doodle head. So what I did on his body was a 4-blade. Judging from the picture that she showed me, it looked like a 4-blade, but it also looked like it could possibly be a 7-blade. But the one thing about dogs is, in doing a dog's haircut, is you don't want to take it too short, because you can never put the hair back on. So I went with a 4-blade to play it safe, just to see if that's something that she liked, and she actually loved the dog. Now, what I will say is, he is a beautiful dog. He looks like crushed velvet. You can look at it here. I love a black dog with a beautiful coat, or a white dog with a beautiful coat. Really, I love any dog with a beautiful coat, but a black and a white dog, when you shave them down in a certain length, they kind of look like crushed velvet. They look like a little plush carpet. But I love a 4-blade. If you're looking for something that's shaved really short and close, but not super close to the skin, where you're not seeing a lot of skin, a 4-blade is very nice. That's a nice summer cut if you're looking for a good summer cut on your dog. I think a winter cut is like I stated in previous videos, will be a 0 guard comb or an 8 guard comb, but a nice little smooth, cool summer cut will be a 4 blade if you're looking for something like that. What I did on his head, like I said, I did a 0 guard comb, so that's 5/8 of an inch, and then I hand scissored his muzzle round, and I took some length off his ears. I didn't take anything off the tail because she did not want anything off the tail, but it kind of gave him a balanced look because his ears were still fluffy and his tail was still fluffy, so it still made sense haircut wise to a groomer to do that. And the reason why I said, looking back at it, I wish I did a 1 guard comb on the head as opposed to a 0 guard comb on the head, is because she wanted more of a tighter face, but she wanted a proportioned face. And for me, a proportioned face is a 0 guard comb, but the tighter face, a 1 guard comb would have looked proportioned as well, and it would have gave her that tighter look that she was looking for. Now, somebody asked me before, how do I get the chin so short? Whatever I do on the head, I take in reverse on the chin, and then I just make it even out. So one side of the face is not longer than the other. And a lot of owners like that because a longer chin just means they hold on to water. So when they're drinking water, it drips all over the house. And I can't stand that because I have a dog who grows hair on their chin and it drives me insane. So if you have a pet parent looking for a shorter chin, but they still want the muzzle a little bit longer because they like that fluff around the muzzle, just take whatever you're taking on the top of the head and reverse under the beard, and I promise the owner will love it. If they don't like it, you can always take it a little bit tighter if they want it tighter, but 9 times out of 10 your owner is going to like that haircut because it makes the face, like I said, look round in proportion, and the fur is not too long on the beard and it doesn't grow too fast. But for the haircut, guys, that's all I have. Like I said, he got a pretty basic haircut, so pretty much a shave down with a proportioned face and leave the tail fluffy. I didn't really do anything extravagant to him, so there was no breed cut or pattern that I put in him that I needed to explain. But if I missed anything, please feel free to ask me anything in the comments. Like I said, I love talking to you guys. I will always respond to every single last one of y'all. Drop it in the comments. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We are about to hop into the topic, and I know that's what you've all been waiting for because I know a lot of you have doodles and you always have a question or a thought of whether or not you should cut your doodle's hair, whether you should leave it long. So let's talk about that because I know that's something that you all would like a little bit more information on, so let's get right into it. So before we talk about whether or not you should shave down your doodle, let's talk about what a double-coated dog is. So a double-coated dog is basically a dog that has 2 layers of a coat. So they have a bottom layer, which is their undercoat, and then they have a top layer, which is the top coat. The bottom layer, the undercoat, is a lot shorter than the top coat and grows a lot faster than the top coat, which is why your dog has to consistently be de-shedded because it's growing so fast and there's a lot of dead hair that has to be pulled out. The undercoat is usually thick, it's fuzzy, and it looks kind of frazzled and frizzy, and the top coat layer is that silkiness, that shiny coat that you see basically on the top of the coat. When you cut into a double-coated dog, the hair does not grow back properly because the top coat takes the longest to grow, and it takes, if you shave down your double-coated dog, your top coat can take at the minimum 3 years to grow back. And during that time that you are waiting for your top coat layer to grow back, you're consistently shaving that undercoat time after time after time after time again, which means you are restarting the top coat process every single time you reshave your double coated dog. So if you're wondering if your double coated dog should be shaved, the answer is no. Your double coated dog should not be shaved. But the question is, should your double coated golden doodle, labradoodle, Dana doodle, Maltipoo, whatever doodle be shaved? Let's talk about that. So depending on your doodle's coat type will depend on whether or not you should shave your dog. Doodles come in 3 different coat types: curly, wavy, or straight. If you have any one of those doodles, it is okay to shave your doodle. Yes, your doodle has a double coat, but it's not the same as a double coated dog. So your doodle doesn't have a top layer and a bottom layer. It doesn't have a bottom layer that keeps your dog cool in the summer times. A doodle's coat texture grows all at the same time. And I know a lot of people, well, a lot of groomers are probably like, doodles are not double coated. A lot of dogs are actually double coated. They have a nice silky coat top layer and they have a bottom layer. But the difference between double coated dogs such as golden retrievers, Alaskan Malamute, Huskies, Australian Shepherds, and Labrador retrievers, and so on and so forth. Golden Doodles, Maltese, Shih Tzus, their coat growth process is very different. So their bottom coat layer is not made to protect them from the heat in the summertime and different things like that. You can cut those dogs down and their coats still grow back in healthy, depending on if you have a healthy dog. If you don't have a healthy dog, then that goes into a whole nother issue. But those types of dogs are okay to have their coat cut into. Double coated dogs like Australian Shepherds, Chocolate Labs, Huskies, those dogs' coats are not made to be cut into. So when you cut into those dogs' coats, it's going to damage the coat. It's going to affect their hair growth process. And it could affect the dog's skin because the pores can get clogged and the hair won't grow back properly because that top layer grows back so slow and that undercoat layer grows back so fast. So your doodle can be cut. Now, depending on how low you cut your dog or how long you leave your dog really depends on you and your preferences and how well you take care of your dog. Now, if you go to the groomers and your dog is matted and your groomer is telling you your dog needs to be shaved down, you can't get upset with the groomer because you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing at home, which is brushing and combing your dog. So now you are faced with the fact that I have to shave my doodle when I love their beautiful fur. Well, just know when you shave your doodle, your properly bred doodle, let me just preface that. When you shave your properly bred doodle, the hair is going to grow back just fine. It's going to grow back how it's supposed to be because doodles have a coat texture that is made to be cut and still grow back healthy. So, if you are wondering, should I cut my doodle? Is it okay to cut my doodle? Is it healthy for my doodle? Is it healthy for my doodle's coat? Yes, it is okay. Again, like I said, how short you go is dependent upon your preference and how you maintain your dog's coat, but it is safe to cut your dog's coat. Now, let me tell y'all the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic. I am in a Facebook group of basically salons and groomers in the area that I live in, and a groomer put up a post of this puppy. It had to be about 8 or 9 months old, never got a full haircut, puppy hair just lifeless on top of the dog's coat, healthy adult hair under that. The coat's ready to be cut, puppy hair is ready to be cut off. They put up a post because the vet that the dog goes to told the owner, do not shave your double coated doodle, it will damage the fur. The reason why I wanted to talk about that is because I noticed with a lot of people who have doodles, golden doodles, labradoodles, Aussie doodles, shepherd doodles, whatever type of doodle you have, a lot of people who have doodles are unsure of whether or not they should get their dog's haircut. And when you tell an owner who's already unsure about the breed, hey, don't cut the dog's hair, you are essentially setting that dog up for failure. And so you're setting the owner up for failure as well. Because a doodle, a dog's coat, really, just in general, no matter whether it is a double coated dog, a single coated dog, or a dog that should be cut or not be cut, should be maintained with a grooming process because you wash your hair. Think about if you went your whole life without washing your hair. think about how dirty your hair would be. Would you really be able to go through your whole life and not wash your hair? It's the same thing for dogs. When you don't treat your hair, when you don't maintain your hair, it becomes damaged. Your scalp becomes overly oily, overly greasy, and it also doesn't promote a healthy growth process for your hair. It is the same way for dogs. When your dog's coat is not maintained, it doesn't promote a healthy growth process for your dog. Same thing with what you're eating. If you are not eating the right things, whatever you're eating is coming outside of your body. Same thing for dogs. Whatever a dog is eating is coming outside of their body. It just affects dogs differently because humans, the majority of us don't grow hair every single place on our bodies. I've never seen a human that grows hair all over like a dog, so I don't know. I haven't met everybody in the world, so I don't know. But we don't grow hair, naturally we don't grow hair all over our bodies. So how things affect us will be skin abrasions, boils, different things like that. For dogs, it can be the same way. Dogs can still have all those skin issues if they're not eating properly. Their coat can not be as healthy as it can be. It can be very thin, it can be very dull, it can be dry. So if your dog is not being taken care of properly, it's going to be reflected upon his skin and his coat. Same way with humans. So if you shave down your healthy golden doodle, labradoodle, Aussie doodle, whatever kind of doodle you have, and the coat doesn't grow back properly, there are some things that you need to reevaluate in terms of your dog's health, because a golden doodle, their coat texture is made to be cut down, and it will still grow back healthy. Like this dog here, he's had a couple groomings at his age, and you saw what his coat looked like at the beginning of the video. Very healthy, very thick, it grows in very nicely, and you can see what it looks like now. Nice and full, looks like crushed velvet. If you take care of your dogs, and you take care of your doodles, or whatever kind of dog you have, and as long as that dog's coat is meant to be cut, it will grow back healthy. As long as your dog is healthy, the coat will grow back healthy. Double coated dogs, do not shave your dogs, please. Stop doing that. It's not making them cooler. It's not helping the shedding. It's not going to stop them from shedding. And it's not helping your allergies. It is not. No matter how much you feel like, when I get my dog shaved, my allergies are so much better. No, it's not. It's because your dog is clean, and the dander that was on your dog's coat is now washed and clean, and it's not as prominent as it would be when your dog gets dirty. That is why when your dog is dirty and your dog's hair starts to grow back in, your allergies are affected the most, because your dog has a high level of dander on its skin and coat. But we are coming up to the end of the video, so I do want to wrap this up. If you have any questions for me about shaving your doodle, drop them in the comments. I love talking to you guys. If you have any questions about the videos, drop them in the comments. If you are a groomer and you have something else to add, drop it in the comments. I love hearing from every single last one of y'all. If you have an opinion, I want to hear it. If you have questions, I want to answer them. Let me know. Talk to me. I'm always here to talk. I love responding. I love engaging with everybody. But we are going to wrap up this video. Moral of the story is, yes, you can shave your golden doodle, labradoodle, Aussie doodle, whatever type of doodle you have. You can shave it and the dog's coat will grow back just fine as long as your dog is healthy. Okay guys, now that we are coming to the end of the video, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in and commenting with me. We are now going to take a quick flashback look at his before. This is Arlo's before. This is what the owner requested, and this is his after. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. If y'all think I nailed it, mastered it, or if I failed at it, let me know. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share this video, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, train your dogs for grooming, and I will catch you all in the next video. Love you guys.